Hi everyone. So the last time I was on here, I said I was gonna be doing a video about, a sequence of videos called Growing Up Jones. That just means the way I grew up and what was expected of us as being a Jones and being in the family. And how living what we consider normal is really not normal. I'll put it that way. So growing up Jones means that you are not able to express how you truly feel about something, that no one's accountable for anything that they do. There's never any apologies. There's never support. There is a whole lot of criticism and judgmental behavior. And if you speak out about any of those things, you know, everybody is against you. The people that you've grown up with your whole life. You think what they consider is love. It's not love, it's abuse. For me, it was abuse. I felt abused. I felt abused most of all of my life by my family. I don't think most of us were aware of certain things. Some of us were aware, and right now, these videos are helping me get through things that I just repressed and never really addressed. So I want to be able to let go of all of that pain that I feel when I'm thinking about different things, or trying to express myself about my family, or just memories. I need to let go of those things in order for me to continue to grow. And this is a part of my healing process. So these videos help me heal. It's helping the younger me heal, because she's not okay. She's not okay. And we pass these on to our children. That's a whole nother video. And I don't want to pass any more things on to my children. I want them to be happy and make their own memories, and not be given all this bad information and feeling like that this is how it's supposed to be. Anyway, like I said before, there is 5 siblings. I'm the youngest out of 5. I have my older sister. She's the oldest. And then I have my brother. And then there's 2 sisters in between. I'm not going to give any names. If at any point in time, maybe there's a conversation or something like that, maybe, you know, and they want to give up that information, that's totally up to them. But as for in my videos, you'll never hear me mention a name of anyone or anything like that. So I remember I was 16, and through a whole, I don't know, years prior, there was different types of things that weren't addressed, abuse, and I'm going to call it abuse because it was abusive to me. And so I remember like being so fed up with everything that was going on in my life, not having anybody to go to, no one to lean on, no shoulder to cry on, no one to make me feel okay as a child. I don't remember any of that because it never happened. That's why I don't remember it. When I'm saying I don't remember any of that, it's just because those are the things that I give my children. I know if they're feeling sad, I need to be there to comfort them and let them go through whatever they're going through, but I'm there to comfort them. So I didn't have any of that. I didn't have that. And there was things going on in the family that I had trouble with. I didn't understand why. I felt like my mother didn't care about me. Every time I came to her, it was always my fault. It never was anybody else's fault. No one ever had yes, there's always something in it that you could have changed or done, but it was always my fault. If I woke up in the morning hungry, it's my fault that there's no food. Not saying that that was the case, but it would just, those type of things, like, what the hell? Like, why is it that you can't show any type of love, compassion, or anything? Well, she couldn't show it because she was never given it. Another video. But I was so tired of being treated different. I was so tired of being not loved the way I needed to be loved. Not the way you know how to love, but the way I needed to be loved. I wasn't given any of those things. So I just went in my sister's bathroom, and I remember looking for things that said sleepy, drowsy, and I just started chunking them, taking them down. And I was crying while I was doing it because I was gonna miss my family. I thought, I didn't know what to expect, but I just know that I wanted to die. At that point in my life, I wanted to die so bad. And I started to drift away. And everything was quiet. It was so quiet. And for the first time, I felt at peace. I don't know how long I was at peace, but obviously not long enough. And because I was going in and out, but I remember being shaken by one of my sisters, and she was shaking me and slapping me and talking about, how could you do this to us? How could I do this to them? What about me? How could you steady be horrible to me on a daily basis? How could you steady hate me on a daily basis enough, so much that you couldn't give a care of how I'm going to do anything throughout the day? Nobody cared. Nobody ever wanted to know if it was anything wrong, if it was something they could do, or I apologize for speaking to you that way. I apologize for allowing this person to beat you like that. I apologize for this, for anything. It was never any apologies. And if it would have been an apology, I'm pretty sure they would have continued to do the same things over and over again. I was so hurt that I wanted to end it all. But I wasn't even allowed to do that. I mean, I'm glad I'm alive now, because I wouldn't have the beautiful children I do have, and I wouldn't have the wonderful life I do have. It's just that at that particular time, I was crying, and I cried so loud in that cry, no one heard me then either. I mean, how loud do you have to say freaking help? That's what when someone is trying to take their life, that's what they're saying. I need help. It was no help. I just made it worse. I made it worse. So when I did get to a hospital, I remember being told, if you tell them that you're gonna do it again, they're gonna keep you here, you're gonna be stuck here. So now I'm like, I'm gonna be around people I don't even know. I'm gonna be stuck. So when they asked me, am I gonna do it again? I'm like, no, you promise? And he was like, if not, this, that, and the third, you're gonna be kept here, and we're gonna keep you on a suicide watch. And I'm afraid. I don't know what else, and no one there to really speak up for me. Of course, nobody gonna say, well, it's a lot going on in the family right now, and this and that and the third. Nobody's gonna say, oh, well, we treat her this type of way, or that. Or I was always treated different. I mean, it was so much in your face different. Whatever went on is my fault different, Shit, I don't know. You wasn't able to pay the life bill is my fault. Whatever the reasons were that they had issues, it was always me. I was the person that you was gonna take it out on, or just I didn't have anything but what I had there. That was it. It was no outlet for me to go to, and the things that I did find that I wanted was always taken away from me because of not knowing anything but what I knew. So I didn't even know how to take care of that. I used to love playing basketball, play basketball, and I loved it. I couldn't even have to support that. My mama never came to a game, and I was actually really good. Never came to a game. I was supposed to play in college, but didn't get into the support there either. Well, anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. I'm gonna say, like, if you know someone that's struggling with things, it's okay to see if maybe you can just an ear, be a shoulder, and be, you know, sometimes you don't need to speak, you just need to be that hug. People don't realize all the time people don't need things. They don't need things. I didn't need things. I wasn't getting that either. But I couldn't even get things you didn't have to pay for. I just needed a family that understood me and that loved me enough to say, hey, I'm here for you. So I make sure I do that with my children. And not one of them can say that I don't do that. They wouldn't anyway. That's not, they know better. They know what I've been through. I've always been honest, and I've never kept them from my family. I don't do that either. Those decisions that they'll have to make later on. But they are aware of certain things, a lot of things. I don't share. And I don't share because I want them to make their own decisions. I want them to be able to see people for who they are. And I don't want it to be from my view. I want it to be from their view. I often find myself awake at night because I can't. My mind is going and going and going because I was never able to express myself as a child. So I'm up, like now, I'm up. And I've been up all night. I lay there usually for hours and hours and hours. Because I want to try and go back to sleep, but my mind is going and going and going. I just can't slow it down. There's usually when stress is high, and for whatever reasons, when stress is high, a lot of times not a lot of times, I've been conditioned to not share, so it's hard for me to share. Even now, the life I have is way, way better than I thought it could ever be. And still, if it's something I feel like I should have to deal with it myself, or, you know, I don't want to stress anybody else out, or I won't say look weak, because I don't feel weak, but I just feel like I'm supposed to handle it myself because I was never allowed to share those things as a child. I don't know how to share them as an adult. It's just odd. How are you going to have a whole family and not know how to share? I'm not saying dump all your problems or worries on anyone. I'm saying that as a family unit, you should be able to sit down and talk about certain things. Yeah, we can sit down and talk about stuff, but in me, I'm still going to hold certain things. I'm still not going to share certain things. And that's hurtful to my family because, you know, they're watching me deal with or watching me do everything, and they don't even really know the real me. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know that inner child that's still in there, that's suffering, because I won't allow them in. I don't allow them to help me. So it's one thing to be able to help someone that allows you. But what about those people that don't know how to open up? And that's my problem. I have a problem with opening up because when I did try and open up, it was shut down on many, many, many occasions growing up. And I took it into adulthood, and now my family suffers because of that. We don't think about any of that when we are growing up, or even now. It took me many years. I'm 49. I have 5 children. I'm raising these children, and I'm trying to give them the best. I'm giving them the best of me, but I'm not giving them the best of me, if that makes sense. That's my intention, to give them the best, but if I'm holding back, I'm not giving them the best. So this is why it's important for me to share. Especially, I don't care if I'm not sleeping. If I'm not sleeping, then I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna share, because I want to be as open as possible. I know that this is helping me, and I know what I need to do. Is doing it is the issue. Usually when something is going on, the first thing I go to is my oldest daughter, and I'll talk to her because that's my best friend. We talk, and she can help me get through things. But it's even things that I don't want to share with her because I don't want to burden her. I'm a mother, and she's gonna worry about me. I don't want to burden her. I don't want to do that. But I want to be the best for my children. And I feel like I'm lacking when I'm not 100%. I feel like that I'm failing. I can't even cry. And honestly, when I cry, I feel like I need to stop. I feel like I need to not do that. It's wrong. So I hold a lot of stuff inside. And that's not good. It damages you. It damages you, damages your organs, it damages, makes you ill. And I don't think people realize that. Let it out, let it go. And I'm saying it from experience, let it go. Release it as much as you can. There's nothing wrong with it. You're not weak if you give tears, I know that. It's just that I was raised that way. So I'm breaking these generational curses for me. But it takes you to be actively knowing what's going on in order for you to address it. I actively know what's going on. Look, this is bothering me. It's a mental thing. Let me pull that. Now, when I pull one, then the other one falls. Anyway, you gotta actively know what's going on in your life. You gotta know when you scream and you yell and why you're screaming and yelling. It's usually not even the situation that's at hand. It's usually all this bottled up stress, and you just release it one time on whoever's there. And that's awful as well. Usually a lot of times people's children get that. You just let them know it's okay to scream and yell when that things aren't the way they want it. Anyway, I just wanted to share a little bit about the situation at hand and how it affected me and how I'm still working through the effects of that. It's crazy. I I didn't see a whole lot of this for years. You know, like I know healing is gonna be for the rest of my life. I'm never gonna be, well, I won't say never. I'll just say I'll always be correcting things that went on in my life. I'm gonna actively correct anything that has been off that I know is not a representation of who I want to be. So I'm going to always actively change those things so that I can become the best version of myself. That's all I worry about, is being the best version, because I don't want to leave this place and the impression I left was just stress, a ball of nerves, or always having an issue. That's not the impression I want to leave. So until next time.